Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Clickmates podcast, the most esteemed podcast that's ever existed and that ever will exist in the history of anything ever. As always, I am one of your co-hosts, George, and I am joined here today by my lovely co-host,
Sam.
Are you sure
That I'm lovely?
that you're Sam?
I'm not sure if I'm Sam,
But you are lovely.
but I'm sure that I'm lovely.
Terrific. Okay,
Terrific.
so we're just gonna barrel right into this one. We have we're gonna get this right out of the way. Rest in peace to Gorbachev.
Yes, rest in peace to our homie,
Our
Mikhael
homie.
Gorbachev.
92, man.
92
He
years
did tear
old.
down that wall.
Well, he was told to tear down the wall.
I don't think he
granted,
tore it down,
but
like, personally.
he was the guy with the sledgehammer.
He tore down the whole wall.
But yes, today...
It's gonna be the day.
Shut up.
I throw it all.
Today, August 30th, 2022, the final leader of the Soviet Union...
You're really gonna date the podcast like that without taking it out to dinner first?
I hate you. Why do I do this podcast? But yeah, Mikhail Gorbachev, the final leader of the Soviet Union, passed away today at the age of... I've been seeing 91 and 92, so I don't actually know what age it is.
He was something.
He was
an age,
He was
90
in his
something.
90s.
And so, moving on from that,
Because none of you probably care.
we are going to get into a fun little topic of conversation that Sam and I want to put our fun little input on.
Oh yeah. Oh, we are going to love this one. So, actually, you're good at introductions, George. How about you take this away?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as some of you may be aware of, and some of you might not be aware of,
There's this website called YouTube.
there's this website called YouTube. It's pretty new, relatively speaking. Like, in terms of, like, human history. In terms of, like, internet history, it's, like, a dinosaur. But, there's this YouTuber, CoreyxKenshin, who, he's a bit peeved at YouTube right now for some good reasons.
There's a lot of people peeved at YouTube
right
for
now.
several reasons right now.
But so Corey is a gaming YouTuber, and he has, I think, I want to say it's 13 million subs.
It's a lot. It's over 10 million.
It's a lot. It's definitely over 10 million.
Yeah, major
I don't
YouTuber.
watch him personally, but like he has.
I've
a
never
huge
heard of
fan
him
base.
before this
I've
happened.
heard of him, but I just haven't watched him. And he recently did a playthrough of the new game, the Mortuary Assistant. God. And everything was all fine and good until
Your typical horror game.
until he I don't know if he woke up or if like it was the same day he uploaded it, but the video got age restricted. Now, this is very peculiar and interesting because Corey is a very wholesome guy from what
Yes.
I've heard. He doesn't swear, he censors out explicit content.
And he even censors explicit content in the games he's playing.
Yes.
So he's very ad-friendly.
And for no reason at all, his video was just deemed not safe for work, I guess.
Yeah.
Which started throttling his views when the video started popping off.
Yeah. Because you don't want to get stuff like that on your channel, especially with like an age-restricted video. I mean, if you're a major YouTuber and it's your job, your career...
That's your, like, lifeblood right there.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm sure these guys got plenty of money already, but that doesn't mean they shouldn't still be earning money from what they're making. Age-restricting a video is going to severely impact its monetization.
But if, like... At first, he was just like, well, this is a weird little thing. But
Yeah.
I'm going to, like, ask around to some of my, like, friends and mutuals and see if, like, they're going through the same thing.
Yeah, so he's looking around.
So he's looking around, asking his friends, inquiring within.
Checking out the major players,
He's even looking at, like, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, the big wigs in the gaming world.
Yeah.
And he realizes, hey, no one else has had their video age restricted. That's kind of really, really weird, dude.
Yeah.
What's going on here? So he contacts his, like, what was the technical term again?
His YouTube rep. His representative to
representative.
YouTube.
And
Yeah.
and he's like, so, like, what happened here?
The first thing I did was try to find other YouTubers who had that part. So I go to Markiplier's, and he had the same situation going on, and his video wasn't age restricted.
Let's keep in mind that after he is complained that no one else has been age restricted for this, YouTube does actually relent and they take down the age restriction. So, okay, no biggie. But he sees this thing with Markiplier and it was like, hang on a second.
Sends it to his rep.
Sends it to his rep and it was like, hey, can you show this to
like,
the YouTube
higher ups,
team,
bigger, like whatever.
just so they're aware of like I just want to know like what happened here.
And the rep goes, okay, sure, and just like that, boom, the age restriction is back on his video. But now, boom, an age restriction is also put on Markiplier's video.
So now YouTube has tripled down after relenting earlier and saying, you know what, actually no, it is fine. Then he shows a Markiplier's video and they decide, okay, actually let's just age restrict both of them. That'll solve the problem, even though we've already said that, oh, I guess there is no problem anymore. And then this also made Corey mention another point. Yeah. Now, Corey is not the most active YouTuber. He takes long hiatuses for several months at a time. But because he's a big YouTuber, and I don't watch him either, but I'm assuming must be good. Because every time that he does upload again, he's always number 1 or number 2 on the trending page when he comes back. It's like, oh, he's back. Let's check out his video. But every time he comes back, a little bit into sort of the return, YouTube does something to seemingly knock his train off the rails. Yeah. This time, it was this. Last time, I forget what exactly it is that he said, but he got like a strike for something that didn't make sense. He got like a copyright strike for something. I'd have to look into it again. I don't honestly remember.
But this is like a thing that keeps happening to him.
Every time he comes back, he's on the trending page, and then he gets derailed, and he falls off the page.
So Corey, as well as quite a few of his friends and other mutual content creators, have come to the conclusion that YouTube is just biased against Corey.
Now, you absolutely should all go ahead and check out Corey's video yourself, not just see ours. And frankly, with the size of our podcast at the current state, you've probably already seen it if you're listening to this podcast.
Go see Corey's video, listen to him, show him some love.
And check out some other commentary videos about it. Because
it's important to like educate yourself and not just listen to us when we don't even know the full story.
Yeah, so basically what Corey said in his video is there's two options the way that he sees it, and I'm inclined to agree with him. Either there is a person or people on the YouTube policy team who are in fact racist, or they're playing favorites, meaning because they were fine with Markiplier, but not with Corey.
Like one of the biggest gaming YouTubers.
Right, because, playing favors, Markiplier I mean, like, there's PewDiePie.
I think Mark has, like, 34 million.
Yeah, he's in, like, the mid-30s, like, for millions of subscribers. And then, of course, there's this podcast. He's a big deal. Yeah. Now, Corey's still over 10 million. That's a lot. I mean, God, if we had that many on YouTube, I mean...
I would not know what to do.
I wouldn't know what to do either. I'd be very happy with that. And we'd be financially set. But
you didn't address... like the third thing that we talked about earlier, and it's become a growing theory with all this going on that, okay, so the way YouTube says it allegedly works is when you like submit an appeal to like get like an age restriction or a copyright strike like removed, that at that point a person instead of an AI reviews the claim like personally.
Yes.
So it's become a like conspiracy theory of sorts, that there are no people reviewing it, and that the whole thing is just AI. And the AI looks at the video a second time and obviously comes to the same conclusion and says, appeal denied.
This idea is being, I suppose you could say, it's being supported by another major YouTuber, Penguins1, right? That's his handle, right? Penguins1, aka Charlie, everyone's favorite YouTuber with a monotone voice. He responded to this, and he said that he has seen, and this guy's been on YouTube for like 12 years. Like, he's been on the platform since like, Call of Duty Modern Warfare days. And he said that he has seen so many times where there will be an age restriction or a strike or any bad thing that can happen to your channel that has happened so many times that is completely unfounded and just flat out like not true. And then you file for a motion to appeal, and it just gets immediately denied.
I can count on one hand the amount of times I've ever even heard about an appeal being overturned. I'm very confident that there is no human being in the review process for appeals.
YouTube is such a big platform. I mean, it's one of the biggest websites in the world. It's the world's premier, video hosting platform. So they can't just rely on people. They need algorithms, they need AI to police these things, because you do need some enforcement, naturally. You can't have people putting, whatever they want on there. There needs to be, ground rules. But the AIs make mistake, which happens, it's a computer. But the problem is that if the AI makes a mistake, then the people will review it when you appeal, and they will realize, oh, it was a mistake, and they'll fix it. But again, he said that he has seen so many countless times where it is straight up just wrong. The AI just made a mistake. The example he gave was he made a video with like a mock road rage type thing, as sort of like a comedic video. And he said he can understand how the AI may not be able to differentiate like actual road rage dangerous footage from parody. But he said that he appealed it, and it was immediately denied, which he said he thought was very confusing, because if any human being, no matter their level of humor, if any human being saw the video, they could tell that it is very obviously not real and is not actual road rage. But he still had to throw a big stink on Twitter in order to get it taken care of. And that's what he said is the big problem, is YouTube doesn't actually seem to care about these things unless you cause a big stink on YouTube. But one thing that I was worried about with that is these are the big players. All the guys we mentioned here, Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, Corey, Penguins1, they're all big-time YouTubers. What about someone like us, or like you, listening to this right now, or watching this right now?
What about the little guy making content online?
We can't make a big stink on Twitter. We have
like no audience base.
We have one Twitter follower. How are we gonna start?
We had 0,
or maybe 0. We don't.
Yes,
we
did it.
High five! Yes, if you're listening to this, go ahead and follow our Twitter. Show us some love, because we have 0 Twitter followers.
We haven't even tweeted in like months.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's also on us. But anyway, I don't want to get sidetracked there.
Yeah, for real. But the little guy can't like stir up anything. They can't do anything. They're just stonewalled, and sometimes it leads to someone losing access to their channel, like in the instance that they get too many copyright strikes or something like that. YouTube's system needs a fundamental rework, like from the ground up.
So, people are mad at YouTube about that right now, and people are showing Corey their support because, frankly, unfortunately, it makes sense. I mean, there really isn't another good reason. It's either someone had it out against Corey because he's black and was being racist, or they're just playing favorites and just didn't want Corey to do well for any reason, potentially because of racism.
We don't know.
Over someone else. We don't know. But the point is
that it doesn't. Corey is being singled out.
It is happening, and it doesn't make sense.
And it's unfair.
Yeah. Speaking of copyright, though, there's another thing going on with YouTube right now. The YouTube channel Business Casual, not the biggest channel. They have like 1 million subscribers. I actually did watch them quite frequently. Business Casual was a YouTube channel and company that created short documentaries on YouTube about great historical capitalist figures, such as John D. Rockefeller, J.P. Morgan, but like those sort of like American tycoon industrial types, because that's an interesting aspect of American history, and you can learn a lot of things from these guys. They're big business guys, some of the richest men who ever lived. Anyway, that's not important. They made documentaries about these guys, and they noticed about a year ago that their videos were being used in some videos by another channel, RT Arabic, which is an Arabic subsidiary of RT, aka Russia Today, a state-owned news agency that is under the partial control of the Russian Kremlin. That meaning state-owned news media. And this is an Arabic subsidiary of them that broadcasts and has a very big presence in the Middle East, and also has television there as well.
This is a video that YouTube does not want you to watch. For over a year, my team and I have been conducting an investigation into the theft of our videos by a YouTube channel owned and controlled by the Russian government.
The only way they discovered this is because one of their, I believe, head marketing guys, one of the heads on their team, is actually from Morocco, and he actually saw the video and was like, "Hey, boss, Russia today is stealing our content." So they petitioned. They said, "Hey, this is copyright infringement." YouTube gave them a copyright strike. That should be it. Wash your hands. It's taken care of. They stole that from us, but now we got it under control.
But then in a fun little twist.
YouTube actually undid it later on. And they made the argument that the pictures they were using are public domain, because a lot of these pictures are public domain. These guys lived over 100 years ago. So a lot of them are in like the Library of Congress. But the thing is that they are actually custom animations made by Business Casual using parallax, which is the principle in astronomy and in photography, where if you have several layers of something and you have a camera moving backwards, those things change size at different rates, giving the image an animated, lifelike look to it. And they did this for all their documentaries. That is custom animation and is not public domain. So
that is intellectual property.
That is their intellectual property. Yeah. And Russia Today was scrubbing off their watermark and putting in like removing the color, and then also putting in like a different watermark so that the YouTube system wouldn't pick it up. And after they kept complaining to YouTube about this, basically YouTube doubled down with the copyright infringers and said, no, it is okay, they can keep using these videos. And so YouTube is, I think obviously for the video they want to throw a big stink about it, and they want to cause some drama because they're upset about this. So they worded it in a way that's a bit excessive, but I get what they're saying. By doing this, being a state-owned Russian news network, YouTube is in effect helping the Russian government by them getting the money from the revenue from these videos. First of all, none of it is actually going to Business Casual. It is being split between YouTube and the copyright infringer, aka Russia. So not only is it copyright infringement for Business Casual, it is also YouTube, an American company, helping the Russian government, who many people would argue is currently an enemy of the state. So
Russia and the United States, they're like
yeah,
yes, dude. I'm pretty sure we're like besties.
So they've made a whole like hour 45-minute video of this. Search up Business Casual or search up why I'm suing YouTube, or it might be under why I'm suing Google. But that's another big problem going on right now, and that lawsuit, depending how it goes, could set the stage for future sort of lawsuits of this nature. Sort of like how a few years ago H3 had that lawsuit that went through, and that set the precedent and is referred to a lot in sort of like online litigation battles now. So that could be a really, really big deal. So YouTube has actually got two big blows against them right now. People are not happy with YouTube. And it's a shame, because
YouTube is the platform for viewing and sharing videos made by independent and sometimes teams of creators.
It is.
There is no alternative rival site that comes close. Sure, there's like Vimeo, but like
who uses Vimeo?
Vimeo?
Yeah,
I'm sure some people do, but I mean, even though it was just begrudgingly, I admit, at least for the past year, TikTok viewership finally surpassed YouTube viewership.
Yeah, I mean, I got nothing against people who use TikTok.
I use TikTok a lot.
I mean, yeah, you do.
It's a bad habit.
Yeah, you use TikTok a lot. I mean, I'm not happy about it. I'm a YouTube guy.
But
big
YouTube
guy.
is still the second largest social media platform.
And in my eyes, YouTube is the internet's premier source of video.
And it's also the fact that like YouTube has just been such a solid staple, even through its ups and downs, and like when it was first acquired by Google. Like,
and it's been around for 17 years now. 2005.
2005.
Yeah, 17 years YouTube's been around now.
God.
YouTube means so much to so many of us, and I'm willing to bet it means a lot to you too, who's listening to this, if we have an idea of our demographics down right. So it's sad, honestly, to see this is happening, because it really feels like the big wigs at YouTube just don't care anymore. They say that they care about the content. They care about the creators, but it just doesn't feel like
it
that
doesn't
now.
show. And like, I get that, like any other company, it has to be treated like a business. I get that completely from a like technical sense, logical sense.
Yes.
They have to make money.
Google is a public company.
They have to make the decisions that maximize profits. But like, they just don't care about the stuff, the content that's published on the platform. They don't care about the people making the content.
It's so
They give the creators
so obvious
the middle
they don't
finger,
care.
like
Yeah.
more often than not.
yeah.
I mean, heck, even like continuing on with that. So, I have to include this bit in here because I'm number one Markiplier stan.
Yeah.
So, Markiplier and Jacksepticeye both made a bit of a response to the Corey situation. Now, Jacksepticeye also made like a serious video talking about YouTube's problems, and also check that one out if you wish. So yeah, check out Jacksepticeye's like serious video. But then Jack and Mark both made a video where in Markiplier's he was playing a like hentai massage game, and Jack, I think, was just watching porn. I just checked the video. I scrubbed through it real quick. And they like censored out all the bad bits and stuff. But they just made a whole video. And Markiplier even titled his video, Try Not to Get Age Restricted Challenge. Now, that video went up this past Saturday. Sam announced the date of when this episode is taking place earlier, so you can just backtrack to the prior Saturday. Mark's video went up earlier in the day. That same day, there was an event on YouTube called Game On for YouTube gamer content creators. It was this whole big thing. And Markiplier, of course, being one of the big wigs, had a whole segment that was going to be on this Game On presentation live stream. And Mark and his whole editing team worked really hard on throwing it together. And Game On went live like a few hours after Mark published his like Try Not to Get Age Restricted video. And then the stream aired, and turns out Mark's entire segment got cut.
The entire thing.
They left in like one clip of Mark apparently at like one point in the video, but he had like a whole like interactive like analog horror thing.
Sort of like the videos he's made in the past with like the museum heist and such. Is it like that sort of thing?
You can pick choices like in those. But you know, like the whole like analog horror trend that's like going on right now, like the Mandela catalog. And,
yes,
like, and
I've been watching the videos about
like
that.
the long-eyed. So like Mark's editing team threw together like one of those like there's doppelgangers, and they and it's really well done. Mark did publish it to his channel, so also watch that.
Yeah,
it was really like fun and scary. But the fact that Mark decided, I'm going to stick a middle finger to YouTube for this one. And then YouTube's like, okay, lol.
So they just remove his segment.
As
like a punishment.
And obviously, like, in Mark's video, he's even saying, like, they're not going to ban me. They wouldn't ban me for making this video.
Yeah. Because they won't. He's Markiplier.
They won't.
There'd be a firestorm if they did that.
Like, fans would literally be storming YouTube headquarters with picket signs and torches and pitchforks. They'd be like, oh my god, how could you do this? But it's just... something needs to change.
Yeah,
YouTube,
there needs to be something that happen.
There's been too much controversy in such a short window of time regarding YouTube.
And honestly, I feel like at the very start of it, you could maybe chalk it up to people just whining if things don't go their way. But at this
so
point,
much happening.
with especially with the stuff going on right now, it has finally, for me at least, reached a point where it's no longer excusable, and there are legit problems with YouTube HQ. And whether it's a leadership change, maybe who's the current CEO of YouTube? Again, I think her first name is Susan. I don't remember her last name.
Look it up.
Look her up real quick.
CEO.
Whether it is that she needs to step down or enact some serious changes.
Susan. Oh God, Susan. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to pronounce that last name.
Oh my God, what is that last name? Waszecki? Looks Polish. Waszecki? Well, anyway. The CEO of YouTube, whether it is that she needs to step down and let someone else take the reins, or make some differences on the platform, or even if it's just like changing up management a bit, there needs to be something done at YouTube HQ because the stuff happening is just frankly unacceptable. I mean, when it comes to Corey, in either case, especially if they're racist, God forbid, or
You want people like that out. Like,
yeah,
I don't want to get off on too big of a tangent, but like already, remember the like huge scandal that hit like the whole like gaming sphere a couple years back when it turned out that like a bunch of the top companies had a huge problem with like racist, like sexist, xenophobic,
yeah,
like staff members.
mm-hmm.
I remember like Blizzard in particular had it really bad.
Mm-hmm.
To the point that in Overwatch, one of the characters literally got a new name.
Wow.
Yeah, remember McCree, the one cowboy?
Yeah.
Oh god, I don't even know what his new name. I haven't played Overwatch in years. But apparently McCree was like the name of like an like abusive like asshole type dude, like on staff.
Oh.
So they, oh god, what is his new name?
But they had to change his name.
So they renamed him to Cole Cassidy.
Cole Cassidy.
He was Jesse McCree, but now he's Cole Cassidy.
Hmm.
And stuff like that is just fascinating because, like, we need to uproot any toxic weeds out of these gardens that we're trying to foster and make flourish online. Because these are supposed to be, like, happy spaces. I know that when I go onto YouTube, I'm looking to, like, unwind from, like, the stresses in my life.
And
whether it be work or school or...
And in my case, I'm usually looking to maybe learn something.
Yeah, inform yourself.
I love informational commentary videos, short form documentaries, and if there are, even if it's just one racist that's in a powerful position enough to do this to Corey,
it can throw a wrench in the whole thing.
or if it's even if they're not racist, if it's still favoritism, that's a serious problem because that is detrimental to the health of the community at large.
And something does need to give, but we're not experts. We can't hash out a long-term plan. So again, I can only reiterate, watch Corey's video. Try to educate yourselves more on what's happening.
Yeah, I may not be a business consultant or an expert in the situation, but I can say as someone who loves YouTube dearly more than any other
Order a bunch
social
of
media or
pizzas
website.
to YouTube HQ. They'll get really annoyed by that one.
Maybe they should change some business policy, but I feel like that's not really going to be effective. They need to find the people who were involved in these sorts of cases. They need to look at the team who is directly involved in something with the situation with Corey. Look at who responded to his inquiry. Who decided to reenact the age restriction? They need to look at those people and evaluate them and have a serious investigation and see, do these people need to be removed? And it seems like the answer is yes.
Or maybe they need to fine-tweak the AI. Maybe the AI has problems that need to be
They should
ironed
always
out.
be tweaking the AI, but the issue is with the other camera just shut off, whatever. That camera doesn't have great video anyway. The bigger issue though, the AI is always going to be improving. It's an AI. But the bigger issue is the people involved who are supposed to pick up after the AI's mess when it makes one.
And they're not picking
If they
it up.
are not properly doing their job, even if they're not racist, even if they're not showing favoritism, if it's just that they're just not doing their job well, can them. They should be doing their job well. I bet they're getting paid some really good money, so they should be top-notch at their job. I'm happy to take it from them.
You got it.
I'm not
You have the
racist.
job.
I won't show favoritism. I'll take their job. I mean,
But-
I'm joking, but I mean, I would take that. But
But I mean, yeah,
you know,
there's not really much else to say about.
I
the
feel
topic.
like there's not.
We've spoken our piece. We put it out there. Maybe we educated someone. Maybe we didn't. But at least you've gotten our take on everything that's going on.
Yes. Yeah.
And we're only speaking from the perspective of people who watch content on YouTube.
Yeah, we are not big time creators.
We're not even creators, honestly.
Yeah.
I-
we barely have a
I
presence
put
on
out
YouTube.
I put out a few videos. We put out of my own. We put out a few on our podcast channel.
And granted, we're working on more. The goal is
Down the road to
but
make content.
but as of
like,
this very moment, we
we're just I was gonna say employees. No,
we're
just audience members.
we are
we
are the ordinary audience member and consumer of YouTube.
Yeah.
And I want YouTube to know that we, as regular audience members, as the normal public, are concerned.
They need
and
to
want
have
to see
their shit
change.
sorted so we can have our proper hostile takeover. That's right, baby. We're gunning for the top.
We're gonna be
We're
the
gonna-
co-CEOs of YouTube,
And we're also gonna be the.
we're gonna go straight to the top. We're gonna take over Google.
I was also gonna say we're gonna be the top content creators, but that would be such a bad look if the CEOs of YouTube were also the top content creators. That'd be very like North Korea of us.
Yeah, that'd be terrible. That'd be very Russia Today of us.
No. Okay.
R.I.P. Gorbachev.
But now I want to move
Just kidding.
on.
He's actually hated in Russia.
I want to
apparently.
move on to a semi-related but different topic. So,
Okay, tell me more.
I had something pop up in my news feed
Okay.
the other day that had me really curious. So, in 20 years, I think, actually a little less than 20 years, there's going to be three fictional characters that enter the public domain.
Okay.
Do you know who those characters are?
Mickey Mouse. I'm assuming he's one of them.
He was already supposed to enter public domain, but then Disney fought back against that somehow.
Oh, okay. In the next 20 years. Okay, I got to think of what was created in like the 1920s through 40s. Superman.
Yep.
I bet that's one.
Okay.
Superman and Batman.
Yeah, and the third one?
Wonder Woman.
Yep.
Yeah.
The DC Trinity is going to enter public domain within the next 20 years because Superman was created in 1938, Batman in 1939, and Wonder Woman in 1940 or 41, I believe. So by the 20-year from now mark, all three of them are going to be in the public domain. But the interesting thing that I have to question is, because Disney was able to block Mickey Mouse entering the public domain,
Will they be able to do the same thing?
will DC or Warner Brothers or whatever or Discovery, whatever the parent company is now, I can't keep track.
Warner Brothers.
Wasn't it? Or no, Warner
It's a
Brothers
merger.
bought. Oh, it's a merger. That's
It's a
right.
merger. It's still
Okay.
Warner Brothers.
Duh. But are they also going to restrict it? And that begs a more important question, though. What's the point of that aspect of copyright law?
If you can just say no.
If you can
and
just
keep
say
it.
no. Because imagine if it went the other way. Imagine if tomorrow millions of people woke up and said, I'm just going to use the characters, lol. Are you going to sue all of us?
If everyone just started making Batman comics and it was totally fine.
Yeah. Because that's very interesting, because I know there's no doubt in my heart they're going to try to get that blocked.
I mean, if we were them, we'd try the same thing.
There is no way in
That's their
hell
bread and butter.
if I was a high up at DC, I would let Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman enter into public domain. There's simply no way.
There's no way.
But
It'd be business suicide.
ever since the creation of our current copyright law, that's been included in it. And it's just so peculiar to me.
Because now we're reaching the point where
Popular characters are entering public domain. And in the past, the reason other characters did enter public domain is because, they've been around for, centuries, and, it was just, single, authors or whatnot. Single creatives who created it.
like Lewis Carroll and the Mad Hatter and Alice in Wonderland and such. That book was written in the 1880s, I believe.
Exactly.
So it's been in public domain for a while. And it's a book, so yeah, it's fine.
But ever since, honestly, the early just 20th century in general, a slow shift did begin, to where all intellectual property, at least the big name ones, are owned by corporations instead of individuals now. And corporations have big money and big lawyers who can, even if they can't just straight up get copyright law thrown out, they can have it in litigation in courts for years. So they can just stonewall it and just be like, nope, we're not going to do this, Lamau. And from a business perspective, from their end, it makes sense.
Of course, it does make sense from a business perspective.
But because
That's
that law
the
exists
law.
in the first place.
And it exists to protect, like, free market.
Yeah.
Free market trade. Yeah. There's a reason it exists. We shouldn't just get rid of it. So it raises an interesting question of, like you said, what's the point? And also, what's going to happen? Are we going to have to redo our copyright law? I'm curious what a lawyer would say about this, like Legal Eagle. I wonder if he would have anything to say about this.
I would love to see a legal video about this.
Yes, because this is...
It's riveting stuff. I'm gonna do more of a deep dive on it.
This is interesting. I'm not super well versed in law.
Because I'm just obviously I'm hoping that when I'm 40, my midlife crisis is if Batman is in public domain, I'm gonna make a story where Batman goes around instead of being in like a costume, he's just gonna staple a bunch of like dead bats to himself, and he's gonna run around with like a Tommy gun.
And his lover is Sonichu.
And his lover is Sonichu. You get the dream.
Because I don't think Chris Chan will care if you use his character.
Her character.
I'm sorry. Her character. I forgot.
Just because they essentially raped their own mother.
Essentially, they did.
You still need to respect the pronouns. All right, let's spin it off. We're going to go back to one of my favorite segments
Okay.
for a little bit of comedic levity included in the middle here for no reason.
Whose line is it anyway?
Whose line is it anyway? We brought special guest Justin Bieber here at the studio. It's Justin Bieber. You made it. You brought the chocolate chicken.
Baby, baby, baby.
Baby, 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 baby,
So,
baby.
I am
baby.
going to read you a collection of...
Oh, I love when you read to me.
I'm going to read you some anime titles.
Oh my god,
And
this
you-
segment again.
And you
Okay.
tell me if it's a real anime or if I made it up.
I'm just gonna say they're all real, because they probably are. Alright.
Help. I got reincarnated as a werewolf, but I'm alone.
Real. Definitely.
No, I just made it up.
You just made that
Off
up?
the top of my
Okay.
head.
Damn. Alright. Well, good job.
For the rest of the segment, I'm just going to be staring intently at my phone the whole time, so you can't tell if I'm making it up or
Alright,
not.
I'm just gonna stare into your eyes to
Oh,
see.
That's my turn on. Hedgehogs are really quirky. Wouldn't you agree, senpai?
Fake.
Yeah.
Fake. That sounds too stupid.
Okay,
That should-
I want you to make a disgusted face and show me your underwear.
God, I hope that's fake. That's real, isn't it?
It's real. It's 100% real.
Come on, Japan. What are you doing?
Okay. Trekking through landmines in the name of love.
Oh. That's real.
It's not.
You made that up? Good job. God. What's next?
Dragon Lord of the Iron Castle.
Real.
Oh.
No?
No. I've seen so
I
much
wonder,
anime.
I wonder what my score. My we gotta make like a scorecard. I gotta put that on screen for
Ding.
the video podcast.
If I don't successfully pick up 420 girls, I'm gonna die in a lot of different ways.
Fake.
It's real.
Come on. Really? 420.
420.
Really? 420 blaze it. That's real. I'll be damned. Okay. What's next?
I've tended my garden, so now it's time to go back to school.
Real.
Real.
It's fake.
Fake? Oh my god, I feel like I'm getting them all wrong.
I'm so glad that I'm just making these up on the spot.
Wow, alright.
Do you love your mom and her 2-hit multi-targeted attacks?
Fake.
It's real.
Are you serious? I'm just getting them all wrong. Okay, what's next?
Dragon Ball Z.
But that's real, obviously. What?
Okay, I just threw out an obviously real one for you.
Okay.
Butt attack Punisher girl got a man.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Butt attack Punisher girl got a man.
Real.
Yep. My secret high school witch life.
Real.
No.
That would be real, though.
There is one with a similar name,
Okay.
but not that one. The story in which I was kidnapped by a young lady's school to be a sample of the common people.
Real?
Yeah.
I feel like that was too long of a title to be straight from your head. You're not a... I mean, you can rap, so maybe you could do that, but...
Undersea with my new prince boyfriend.
Fake.
You did it?
Yes! Alright, this is my comeback. Keep them coming.
On Christmas Eve, I found new love.
Aw, that's gotta be real. It sounds like a Hallmark movie.
It's fake.
That's fake?
It is probably a Hallmark movie.
Okay. Yeah, it's like the Christmas shoe or something. Like one of those ones. Next.
This one's not even funny, so I'm just gonna tell you it.
Real.
Yuru Yuri. For whatever reason, never-ending, heart-throbbing, pitter-patter, paradox eternal. That's real.
I'm not gonna repeat that. Okay. That sounds lame.
The ghost of the sins of the father.
Is that the full title?
Yes.
The Ghost of the Sins of the Father? Sounds like a Christian anime.
Like ghost stories.
Real.
No.
Damn. Keep them coming.
Gotcha. I, my, me. Strawberry eggs.
Real.
Yeah.
This is preposterous.
Trip to the upside world to grab my groceries.
Fake.
Yes.
We have some very strong eye contact right now.
Briefcase.
Briefcase. Fake.
Yeah. You're too good at this.
I've got my game.
Okay.
Power to the player.
How not to summon a demon lord.
Real.
Okay, yeah. That one wasn't even on the list. I just decided to throw one out there. Zootopia.
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 My favorite manga. Yes, real. So real.
It's real to me. Judy Hopps porn is real in my heart.
No.
Cat shit one.
Well, cat shit one? Real.
Yeah. I love how the more ridiculous the title,
The more I'm like, oh, it's gotta be real then.
I'm trapped in here with the killer, but he's kind of hot though.
Fake.
You're getting the hang of this.
I'm getting the hang of it.
You're getting my like cadence.
Yeah. I am. I got your cadence. Like, switch up your cadence, George. Maybe go from a major key to a minor key. Switch up your tempo. Go into 5/4 time signature.
Okay. Rescue me from the pizzeria.
Fake.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're doing
I
it.
got this. Okay. I gotta win.
Okay. God, I'm trying to pull from the memory banks here.
Oh, this is just all fake then.
They're all fake.
Yeah, they're all fake.
My mental choices are interfering with my school romantic comedy.
Real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, okay.
Bo.
Real.
Okay, fuck
I
you.
already know that one. But
I
say
can
the
tell you.
full title for me though, just because it's funny.
Bo.
Yes.
Okay, are there any other really funny ones? on
Best
this?
anime.
I'm trying to.
See, the trick of trying to guess these is the more ridiculous it sounds,
The more likely it's an
the more
anime.
likely it's real, because anime can never just be normal. That's my main takeaway as someone who doesn't actually watch anime. It has to be outrageous.
Okay, I think that's pretty much all of the
That's pretty much it.
The funniest
Oh, I can't
ones.
wait for the editing so we can see how I actually did.
Exactly.
Watch me like be tied.
I think a lot of the other ones I already
Have
told
said.
you.
Yeah.
Because last time I think I read off specifically like light novel.
I remember
Light novel
I
titles.
remember one about a hamster. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the plan. I'm going to tell you the current roadmap of our content because now we're a live service video game like Fortnite or Destiny
Or World of Warcraft.
or Total War.
Or Wizard 101.
Wizard 101 actually released like a new trailer like a few days ago.
What?
Apparently, from what I saw, it looks like they're rebooting.
They're rebooting Wizard 101.
I could be wrong. I need to look this up.
Never actually played Wizard 101.
I played it until you got to the end of the like free portion. It's like you have to upgrade to a membership to keep going. And then
That's
I'm
how
like,
far.
no.
That's how far I got in the Cartoon Network one.
The Fusion Fall.
Fusion Fall.
I love Fusion Fall.
Fusion Fall was so damn good. They need to remake that.
When Fusion Fall got canceled and like it went offline, I was so sad.
I loved Fusion Fall.
Now Multiversus is here to.
I remember
again.
like I was little enough when I played that game that I didn't really understand the
it was
concept
just a
of like
new-
an NPC.
It was a new update.
I didn't really understand like the concept of an NPC, so I thought that like all the like NPCs in the world like
For other players.
like standing guard at like a bridge river, like just like high level players who had like a job. And I was like, damn, these guys must be really good. And I understand that it was just a line of code. I was a dumb child.
It's okay, Sam. You
I'm still a
blossomed
dumb
into
child.
a beautiful butterfly. You're not a child. You're a man.
I'm a
Own it.
beautiful butterfly. I'm a beautiful butterman.
You're a beautiful chicken crossing the road.
I'm a butterman.
Sure, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Whatever you say. No.
Okay, fine, I won't show it, even though we won't get sued for it. I'm a Bucky's man.
He is a Bucky's man.
You can't get sued.
I'm a Bucky's man now.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah, asshole. You think you're special?
Not as special as Bucky.
Bucky is my one true love. But you, the viewer...
Proud Bucky stands.
You, the viewer, are my second true love.
It's the brisket for me.
It's entirely platonic, I assure you. Assure you, not insure you. I don't have... I do not have the ability to insure people.
you.
I am not an insurance...
What company you work for? Who is your insurance?
Wizard 101.
Wizard 101 Insurance?
Okay, we're getting off... I'm getting sidetracked again. It always happens. I'm sorry. Okay, listen. So, the roadmap that I have planned is Sam and I are going to have a new YouTube video up within the week. I mean, we have a YouTube video that's processing right now. We're going to have an actual YouTube video up within like a week.
Yes.
Hopefully, ideally.
Yes.
We even bought like a little bit of props for it today.
Yeah.
So that's going to be fun. We did have a really fun idea earlier where Sam and I might just go back and like watch like early YouTube videos made by popular creators.
Yeah, like a series where we revisit classic YouTube, like
and like react to it.
yeah, like classic Smosh. Maybe like old Equals 3 videos with Ray William Johnson, if those are still public.
Like old classic like Tobuscus.
Tobuscus, old PewDiePie, old Markiplier.
Old Yogscast.
Yogscast. Yeah, old like Shadow of Israel type stuff.
Gosh,
Rewatching
dude, that takes me back. Like I was in like elementary school for some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Like it was a while ago.
You love Nigahiga, so
Yeah.
maybe some of his old stuff.
The How to Be Ninja.
Jack's
films.
Jack's films. Yeah, I didn't want to say
love-
Jacksepticeye because no offense, I don't watch him at all. That wouldn't matter to me.
You defile Ireland.
I mean, I'm not Irish at all.
No
So
morning for you. You
bottom of the morning. For
bottom
me.
of the evening for you.
Bottom of the evening for me.
So, other than that, I would love to do another tier list video, a shorter one on our YouTube
Yes,
channel.
not 3
a
hours
much
long.
shorter one.
Yeah.
I do intend to start throwing more skits out there. I intend to start putting more videos on TikTok. I think I might finally have a grasp of how that works.
Good. I'm gonna leave that to you then, because I don't get TikTok.
Yeah, high five, mate. Bet. So,
High five, click.
we're going to be doing our best to bring out more content. I also would like to do some themed seasonal Halloween content to get in the spooky mood.
Okay.
We might do it a little early because we have no idea when Sam's going to leave for the Coast Guard.
Yes, so fucking no.
But you'll get there.
But I have an idea.
You'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
Sam might not be here for Halloween. We don't know yet.
I mean, yeah, probably won't be.
And if he's not, then you're going to have to deal with me.
I kind of
Okay.
I kind of hope I'm not here for Halloween, because if I am, then
all your like plans going forward for the next like year are going to be like thrown off completely,
yeah.
which would be awesome. But I'm going to make a crazy if Sam isn't here, then I'm going to do a special Halloween episode in costume.
In character.
In character.
As the chicken.
Oh my god.
As the Joker.
As the Joker.
As
Oh,
the
God.
chicken Joker.
Chicken Joker.
Now that's something that lives
The
in
cock
society. The cock jock. Oh man, that's what they used to call me back in the fraternity.
In the fraternity ward.
Fraternity award. Yeah, baby, I was born at Pi Delta Epsilon.
I'm sure it's happened before.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. But yeah, other than that, we do want to do a couple like cooking videos.
I really want to do some cooking videos. I'm gonna make some weird stuff.
I believe we shall. I'm probably at some point in the near future going to reduce my hours at work.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I am like a full-time student again now, and
Yeah.
I don't have time for work. And as much as my boss would flip shit at me for doing so,
Yeah.
I want to start doing things that I actually like doing.
Yeah,
which is a
absolutely.
radical idea.
Which is what I want to do. I was just thinking earlier today. I really want to get into more production, like making stuff, maybe on my own YouTube channel, and like writing as well. I love writing.
You can write that. You can finish that book you started writing in high school.
But the biggest, I did write a little bit more in it today actually. But the biggest issue for me with writing is the things I like to write about. I should be like a professional in first. I don't have any professional degrees. I've only got an associate degree. I don't want to be that guy that's writing about stuff that they have no qualifications for, and I'm just a dude talking out of his butt. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that guy. So that's my biggest problem. But I'm trying to think about stuff that I could actually already write about now that like I'm plenty qualified for. It's fine for me to write about it. Anyway, that's sort of like a side tangent for me to figure out on my own personally. But I also really want to create more of my own stuff. That's like the goal, you know?
Yeah.
Hannah and I were talking about goals recently, which I won't get into because that's private. But yeah, I think it's really important to have your own thing, you know, to be your, you know, to have a job in a lot of cases, because not everyone can be an entrepreneur.
Everybody, you should quit your job. You should become a full-time content creator. You should
just
run
hustle.
17 side hustles.
You should be mowing. You should be mowing.
Drop shipping.
Bitcoin mining.
Robbing banks.
Mowing the lawn.
Lemonade stand.
Weed whacking the lawn. Watering the lawn.
Heroes for hire.
Watering the dog. Walking the dog. Heroes for hire, like the Rain City Heroes, whatever they got with Phoenix Jones up in Seattle about 10 years ago. You ever heard of that?
I was referencing a real comic book.
Oh yeah, well I've heard of Heroes for Hire too.
Have you?
I think so.
What two superheroes make up the Heroes for Hire?
Click and Mate.
No, seriously.
Oh, I don't know.
You can ask a few clarifying hints. I'll help you narrow it down.
Heroes for Hire. Is it DC?
It's Marvel.
It's Marvel. It's Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
And Thumbs Up Guy. Deadpool and is it Wolverine?
That's actually not the worst guess you could have given me.
Wow.
It's Iron Fist and Luke Cage.
Iron Fist and Luke Cage.
It's like the most iconic team up comic, like one of the most. It's up there. There's only a few that I'd like say competed.
Oh, okay. Well, my bad.
I still need to watch that podcast about Phoenix Jones.
Yeah, it was really interesting.
But yeah, so I do think that going forward we shall be producing
The Clickmates.
We will be the Clickmates. We're not rebranding yet. We haven't gotten sued yet. And we will be making more content, maybe. I say that every time, but it's at least we're still making episodes. It's not as bad as when we made YouTube videos in high school, right? Bless you.
That was my honest reaction, though I did have to sneeze.
I rate that sneeze a 6 out of 10.
Oh, thank you.
Now, okay,
Above average.
This has been a fun episode, guys. I can't think of anything else to say. I love you guys. YouTube needs to get their shit together. Rest in peace, Gorbachev. Anime is really weird. That's basically a quick TLDR of the whole episode. Content coming your way soon. Bada bing, bada boom, baby. Arrivederci.
Zing, zing, bop.
Zig,
Chicken
zag.
across the road.
We've been Click and Mate and George and Sam. We will see you in the next one. Have a good time of day.
Arrivederci. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye. Good night.
Sleep tight. Sweet prince. Or princess.
Or sleep loose.